Have you ever wondered how the concept of money evolved from nothing to the complex system we have today? Our journey begins with the barter system, where goods were directly exchanged for other goods. Picture a world where objects and services held an intrinsic value, where a sack of grain could be traded for a pair of shoes, or a day's work in the fields could be exchanged for a hearty meal. However, this system was not without its limitations. The lack of a common unit of value often led to unequal and unsatisfactory exchanges. Imagine trying to trade a cow for a basket of apples. How many apples would be equivalent to the value of a cow? Additionally, the barter system struggled with storing value. If your wealth was in perishable goods like food or livestock, preserving your wealth could be a real challenge. So, the barter system had its flaws, and humans needed a more efficient system. This led to the birth of commodity money. Commodity money eased some of the problems of the barter system, but how, you may ask? Well, commodities like gold, silver, salt, and even cattle began to serve as a medium of exchange, providing a standard unit of value. These items were universally recognized and desired, making them a practical choice for facilitating transactions. However, this system wasn't without its issues. For instance, the divisibility of these commodities posed a significant problem. If you wanted to buy something worth less than a cow, how would you make change? Durability was another issue. Salt, for example, could dissolve in the rain or simply blow away in the wind. Despite these challenges, commodity money represented a significant step forward from the barter system. It offered a more organized and standardized method of trade, paving the way for more advanced forms of currency. As civilizations grew more complex, so did their economic systems. This brought us to the era of coinage. When did we start using coins as money, and why? The answer takes us back to ancient civilizations around 600 BC in Lydia, present-day Turkey. They started minting coins from electrum, a naturally occurring alloy of gold and silver. This marked a significant turning point in the history of money. Coins overcame many of the issues associated with commodity money. They were divisible, portable, and durable. A coin's value could be standardized and clearly indicated, making transactions far more straightforward. Imagine, instead of hauling around a bunch of grain or livestock, you could simply carry a few coins in your pocket. But coins weren't just practical, they were also symbols of power. By stamping a coin with the image of a ruler or deity, ancient kingdoms could project their influence far and wide. Coins were a significant advancement, but they were not the end of the evolution of currency. Enter paper money. Paper money, a revolutionary concept, but how did it come about? The advent of paper money originated in the East, specifically during China's Tang dynasty, around the mid-7th century. This innovation was born out of necessity, as carrying large quantities of coinage was becoming impractical. Paper money, known as jiaozi, was lightweight, easy to carry, and could represent a significant value, making it a game-changer in commerce. Fast forward a few centuries, and we find paper money making its way to Europe. Sweden was among the first European nations to adopt it in the mid-17th century, again out of necessity due to a shortage of copper and silver. The benefits of paper currency quickly became evident. Transactions became easier, more convenient, and economies began to grow and thrive. The convenience of paper money led to its global acceptance, but it also led to questions about its backing, paving the way for the gold standard. What does it mean to say a currency is backed by gold? Well, we're talking about the gold standard, a monetary system where a country's currency has a value directly linked to gold. It's like a promise from the government that you can exchange your money for a specific amount of gold. The gold standard had its perks. It provided a sense of security, stability, and predictability. Economies knew exactly what their money was worth, and inflation was kept in check. But it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. The gold standard was inflexible. It couldn't respond well to economic changes, and the amount of money a country could print was limited by its gold reserves. By the mid-20th century, the world had largely abandoned the gold standard. It was a system fraught with challenges, and couldn't keep up with the rapidly evolving global economy. The gold standard couldn't last forever, and its decline led to a new system, the Bretton Woods Agreement. Post-World War II, the world needed a new financial system, but what was it? In the ashes of the global conflict, the Bretton Woods Agreement was born, a pivotal moment in the history of currency. It was a system where global currencies were pegged to the US dollar, which in turn was backed by gold. At the heart of the Bretton Woods Agreement was a simple goal: stability. After the economic chaos that followed the two world wars, the world was in dire need of a financial anchor. The US dollar, backed by the might of the world's largest gold reserves, seemed to be the perfect candidate. But even the best-laid plans can have their pitfalls. The system worked well for a while, but soon it led to a series of problems. The US was printing more dollars than it had gold to back them up. This discrepancy created a growing imbalance in the world economy. The Bretton Woods system had its flaws, leading to a significant shift by President Nixon. How did President Nixon shock the global financial system? In 1971, President Richard Nixon made an unprecedented move. He declared an end to the convertibility of the US dollar into gold, effectively putting a halt to the Bretton Woods system. This decision, often referred to as the Nixon shock, sent ripples throughout the global financial system. The immediate impacts were significant. The stability that the gold-backed US dollar had provided to the world economy was no more. Countries scrambled to reassess their economic strategies, and the world braced itself for a new era of financial uncertainty. But as one system fell, another rose to take its place. Nixon's decision set the stage for the emergence of the petrodollar system. This new arrangement, where oil transactions were conducted in US dollars, reinforced the dominance of the dollar in global trade. The petrodollar system reinforced the dominance of the US dollar, but technology was about to change everything. How has the digital revolution impacted currency? A profound question that delves into the heart of our changing world. The digital revolution has brought about a seismic shift in the way we transact and perceive money. Traditional, tangible forms of money have been increasingly replaced by digital transactions. Credit cards, online banking, mobile payments, all have become as commonplace as cash once was. But it doesn't end there. The rise of digital currencies, particularly cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, has further disrupted our understanding of money. These decentralized digital assets are not controlled by a central bank or government, instead relying on cryptographic technology for their operation. This has opened up a new frontier of possibilities, challenging the very essence of monetary systems. Yet amidst this digital revolution, there's an intriguing paradox. The more we move towards digital currencies, the more the world seems to lean on familiar anchors. Digital currencies are still evolving, but one thing remains constant: the dominance of the US dollar. Why is the US dollar the world's dominant currency? This question has been asked time and time again. The answer lies in a combination of factors that have solidified the dollar's position over the years. Firstly, the US dollar enjoys an unmatched level of stability. The Federal Reserve, America's central bank, has a mandate to keep inflation low and stable, which has contributed to the dollar's dependability. Secondly, the dollar is widely accepted and used around the globe. This is not just because of the size of the US economy, but also due to international confidence in its value. It's a currency that people trust, and that trust reinforces its dominance. Lastly, the sheer size of the US economy plays a significant role. With a GDP of over $20 trillion, the US economy is the largest in the world. This economic power translates into the widespread use of the dollar. The US dollar's dominance is a result of historical and economic factors, but what does the future hold? The evolution of currency is a fascinating journey, isn't it? We've seen it morph from the simple barter system to the use of commodity money to the birth of coinage. The rise of paper money brought about a new era, which was then followed by the gold standard. The Bretton Woods Agreement and Nixon shocking the system were key turning points, leading to the dominance of the US dollar. And let's not forget the digital revolution, which has continued to shape the way we transact today. Looking ahead, it's possible that technology will keep playing a vital role in the evolution of currency. Cryptocurrencies and digital forms of traditional currencies are already making waves. As we continue to innovate, we might see more sophisticated models of exchange emerge. While we can't predict the future of currency with certainty, one thing is clear: its evolution will continue as long as humans strive for better, more efficient ways to exchange value.